Okay, fiberglass. Why should you use it? Okay, one of the things about it, as I've said, it's lightweight. One of the main things that they used to use this for, and actually they still do to this day, is to make like the bodywork for race cars. And actually, even real cars, the Corvette is actually a fiberglass bodied machine. It's actually strong enough that it holds its shape, and it was used, and it's basically used. I guess the NASCAR guys are still doing it, and there's a lot of different types of cars that use it because it's lightweight, strong, you know, put up with stuff. Now they're actually using a different type. They're not using fiberglass anymore. Most of the, like the Formula One cars and the cars doing the Le Mans series and things like that are actually using carbon fiber, which is another weave that's actually even stronger and more lightweight. Okay, so you know, there are going to be some times when you need some strength and when you need some you know, and you still need it to remain light. You know, as any type of scenery things or prop thing, we like to keep things light if we can. Okay, so we're going to be using that. Now, fiberglass, you saw that I showed you in that first one, that there are actually different thicknesses and stuff of fiberglass. And where can you get it? Okay, well, normally you can actually get this at any Lowe's or most automobile parts stores, okay? This kind of fiberglass, the woven fiberglass, actually you can just buy it there it comes in little packages. They're usually, you know, about, you know, a yard long by 24 inches wide. The big problem with this is it's super expensive. You know, they're trying to, I guess they would think that you'd be basically making repairs on things, and that's why they're using it like that. You can also buy polyester resin, which I'll talk a little bit about in a second, at most auto parts stores, okay? The stuff that I'm getting, I'm actually buying from a place called Fiberglass out of Dayton, Ohio, and it's a lot cheaper to buy it from one of these places that are specifically for fiberglass, okay? I think it was about $5 a yard for this stuff, and it's pretty wide. I think it's like 54 inches wide. It's well worth it, because in comparison, I think it's probably, you know, if you try to figure it out from what you buy at Napa or at Lowe's, that stuff's probably about $25 a yard at what they're, you know, what they're selling it for. So I would suggest going online. Those guys are really pretty fast. They're, you know, they turn around pretty well. They also can ship you epoxy resin. They can also ship you polyurethane resin, and all of the other side stuff that you would need. They even have the cups for mixing and things like that if you really wanted to go whole hog on it like that, and just go from one place. So Fiberglass. They're really pretty cool guys. They do a good job. Okay, so so that's where you get fiberglass from. You can get all sorts of different types. Okay, I'm showing you here. This is the woven stuff like this. This is basically a cross weave, but it's a really loose weave. So when you see it, when you drape it over things, it'll actually the weave will move, and so it actually will suck down. You'll not see any wrinkles on it like a normal piece of fabric will give you wrinkles. So that's actually kind of cool. Actually, it's pretty loose. Well, the downside of that is that if the edges of it, when you cut it, eventually flare out like this, and this becomes a real pain in the butt when you're actually using the resin on it. So, but this is the most common stuff you're going to see. And like I said, you can do different ounces. This is a really super fine thing. Like I said, it's like elven armor or something like that. It's beautiful, gossamer thing. This allows you basically to go around corners or to do something that's a little bit finer. If you're going around hard corners, the thicker stuff just doesn't like to go around. So you have to do that. There's another type, which is this stuff. This is actually the fiberglass matting. And this stuff is actually, if you don't want to have any kind of seams and things on it, basically, you can tear this stuff up in little pieces and lay it on and basically cover it over itself. Okay, it's really pretty thick. You can get this. So this is matting, and there's cloth. Okay. I don't use matting as much because all those little strands that come off of it are a real pain in the butt. But it allows you, though, it tends to be thicker, and it basically in one pass you can basically thicken up stuff, especially for a helmet and stuff. But it tends to be a little bit more, you're dealing with the strands a little bit more. And I'll get into that when I'm actually doing it, okay? When I'm doing the demo for you, okay?